In a moment that will be etched into the annals of global cultural diplomacy, the legendary K-pop icon GDragon took the stage at the APEC 2025 welcome dinner in Gyeongju, Korea, delivering a performance so mesmerizing that it not only captivated the audience of world leaders, but also reignited a global conversation about the power of music to bridge cultures. As the sole K-pop performer and honorary ambassador for APEC 2025, his appearance was not just a highlight of the evening, but a bold statement of South Korea's strategic use of its cultural exports to elevate its presence on the world stage. But what made this performance so unforgettable? And how did it manage to weave together the threads of tradition, innovation, and international diplomacy in a way that left everyone asking, is this the future of global gatherings? The evening began with an air of anticipation, the kind that only a gathering of the world's most influential figures can generate. Leaders from 21 APEC member economies, representatives of international organizations, and CEOs of multinational companies were seated, their eyes fixed on the stage where history was about to be made. The setting was the Lahan Select Gyeongju, a venue that itself spoke of Korea's rich cultural heritage, and the atmosphere was charged with the promise of something extraordinary. As the lights dimmed and the first notes of power reverberated through the hall, the question on everyone's mind was clear. Could one man, one performance, truly encapsulate the essence of South Korea's cultural diplomacy? And then, there he was. GDragon, clad in a strikingly ornate outfit that blended traditional Korean elements with modern flair, stepped into the spotlight. The crowd's collective breaths seemed to hitch as he began to move, his every gesture a testament to the years of artistry and innovation that have defined his career. The stage was alive with synchronized dancers, their movements a perfect counterpoint to his own, while dynamic lighting cast a kaleidoscope of colors that seemed to dance in harmony with the music. It was a spectacle that transcended mere entertainment, becoming a vivid representation of South Korea's ability to connect with global audiences through the universal language of music and performance. But as the performance unfolded, one couldn't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of cultural diplomacy? The performance was not just a showcase of musical talent, but a carefully orchestrated piece of cultural diplomacy, a term that has gained increasing relevance in an era where soft power is as crucial as hard power. South Korea, with its vibrant K-pop industry, has long been at the forefront of this shift, using its cultural exports to foster international goodwill and understanding. GDragon's role as the honorary ambassador for APEC 2025 was no accident. It was a deliberate choice to highlight the country's cultural prowess on a global stage. His performance of Power, a song that itself is a blend of hip-hop, electronic, and traditional Korean influences, served as a metaphor for South Korea's journey from a post-war nation to a global cultural powerhouse. But as the audience erupted in applause, the question lingered. How does one measure the impact of such a performance on international relations? To understand the significance of this moment, one must delve into the broader context of APEC 2025 and the role of cultural diplomacy in East Asia. The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, held annually, is a platform for fostering economic cooperation and addressing regional challenges. However, the 2025 edition in Gyeongju was unique in its emphasis on cultural exchange, a strategy that reflects a growing recognition of culture's role in diplomacy. The welcome dinner, hosted by President Lee Jae-myung and First Lady Kim Hae-kyung, was designed to introduce Korean cuisine and culture to world leaders. But it was GDragon's performance that stole the show. The choice of Gyeongju, a city rich in historical significance, further underscored the theme of cultural heritage meeting modern innovation. But as the world watched, one couldn't help but ask, is this the beginning of a new era where culture and diplomacy are inseparable? GDragon's performance was a masterclass in cultural diplomacy, a term that encompasses the use of cultural activities to foster mutual understanding and respect between nations. South Korea's approach to cultural diplomacy is characterized by its ability to connect with global audiences through its social media and its vibrant K-pop industry, a strategy that has been both praised and scrutinized. The performance at APEC 2025 was a perfect example of this strategy in action, with GDragon's global influence serving as a bridge between Korea and the world. His music, which blends hip-hop, R&B, and electronic elements, resonates with a diverse audience, making him an ideal ambassador for such an event. But as the performance ended and the audience rose to their feet, the question remained: how does one quantify the impact of cultural diplomacy? The reaction to GDragon's performance was immediate and overwhelming. Social media platforms were abuzz with clips and comments, with fans and onlookers alike marveling at the seamless integration of tradition and modernity. The performance was not just a musical event, but a cultural statement, one that highlighted South Korea's ability to innovate while staying true to its roots. The use of traditional Korean elements in GDragon's outfit, combined with the modern choreography and lighting, created a visual and auditory experience that was both familiar and new. It was a reminder of the power of culture to transcend boundaries, to speak a language that everyone, regardless of nationality, can understand. But as the world celebrated, one couldn't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of international gatherings? GDragon's career, spanning nearly 2 decades, has been marked by a series of firsts and breakthroughs that have cemented his status as a global icon. From his debut with Big Bang in 2006 to his solo ventures, he has consistently pushed the boundaries of K-pop, influencing a new generation of artists and fans. His role in producing much of Big Bang's material early in their career was considered unusual at the time, as most K-pop bands are manufactured rather than self-produced. This hands-on approach has shaped how new idol groups interact with their music, inspiring many young artists to become singer-songwriters. Artists like Zico, Bam Bam, Jungkook, and J-Hope have cited his work as an influence, a testament to his enduring impact. But as he stood on that stage in Gyeongju, the question was clear: how does one man carry the weight of a nation's cultural identity? The APEC 2025 welcome dinner was not just about music. It was about showcasing Korea's blend of protocol and cultural diplomacy. The menu, inspired by Gyeongju's local specialties, included Hanmu beef and East Sea abalone, alongside halal and vegan options, reflecting a commitment to inclusivity. The wines served, from Ogiri Winery and Wee Winery, both located in Yeongchun, had been recognized globally, further emphasizing Korea's growing influence in the culinary world. But it was GDragon's performance that tied it all together. A reminder that culture is not just about food and drink, but about the stories we tell and the emotions we evoke. As the world leaders toasted to economic cooperation, one couldn't help but ask, can culture be the glue that holds the Asia-Pacific region together? The performance was a reminder of the power of K-pop to capture the world's imagination. Since the early 2000s, K-pop has grown from a niche genre to a global phenomenon, with groups like BTS and Blackpink achieving unprecedented success. GDragon, often referred to as the king of K-pop, has been at the forefront of this movement, his influence extending beyond music to fashion, social media, and cultural trends. His ability to blend different musical styles and cultural elements has made him a global ambassador for Korean culture. But as he performed Power at APEC 2025, the question was inescapable. How does one man become the face of a nation's cultural diplomacy? The impact of GDragon's performance was not just felt in the hall, but reverberated across the globe. Fans from around the world shared clips of the performance, their excitement palpable. The X-post from his international fan base, which shared a 34-second clip of the performance, quickly garnered likes and reposts, a testament to his enduring popularity. The performance was not just a moment of entertainment, but a cultural event that highlighted the power of music to unite people. It was a reminder that in a world often divided by politics and economics, culture can be a common ground. But as the world celebrated, one couldn't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of global cultural exchange? GDragon's performance at APEC 2025 was a culmination of years of cultural diplomacy efforts by South Korea. The country's strategy of using K-pop to promote its culture has been both praised and scrutinized, but events like this underscore its effectiveness. The performance was a perfect example of how culture can be used to foster mutual understanding and respect between nations. It was a reminder that, in an increasingly interconnected world, cultural diplomacy is not just an option, but a necessity. But as the world looked on, the question remained, how does one measure the success of cultural diplomacy? The evening in Gyeongju was a testament to the power of culture to transcend boundaries. GDragon's performance was not just a musical event, but a cultural statement, one that highlighted South Korea's ability to innovate while staying true to its roots. It was a reminder that culture is not just about the past, but about the future, about the stories we tell and the emotions we evoke. As the world leaders rose to their feet, the question was clear. Can culture be the bridge that connects us all? In the end, GDragon's performance at APEC 2025 was more than just a moment of entertainment. It was a cultural milestone. It was a reminder of the power of music to unite people, to tell stories, and to bridge cultures. It was a testament to South Korea's growing influence on the global stage, and a hint at the future of international gatherings. But as the lights dimmed and the audience dispersed, one question lingered in the air. What will be the next chapter in the story of cultural diplomacy?